So what do you get when you mix the gag factor of Saitama from One Punch Man? You add in the story of Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan Saga, and then you throw in the feel and the art style of Captain Underpants. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you get Mr. Pocolo.
Know your place, worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
So this Dragon Ball fan manga was recommended to me by the Dragon Ball Guy 75 over there on the Dragon Ball fan manga Discord. So go ahead and check the Discord out. I'm gonna have a link in the description below for an invitation if you want to join. But this was essentially created as a response to Dragon Ball Abridged, using the way the Abridged series sees Mr. Popo as this malevolent, super powerful being, and kind of running with that.
Mr. Popo, where did you send them?
I'll tell you where they're not. Safe.
And creating something entirely new. So I posted some panels of this fan manga on my community tab, and you guys have been asking me, what is this? Is this a fusion between Kami and Mr. Popo, or Little Green and Mr. Popo? You guys are close, but I'm going to go ahead and explain the story right here, and I am going to leave links in the description below so you guys can go ahead and read the fan manga on your own. I'm going to be covering each chapter in a separate video, so go ahead and check those out as well. But the story takes us back to the Saiyan Saga, and Kami knows that Goku is out training in Otherworld, but he thinks that there is still a possibility that Goku is not strong enough to face the Saiyans. So he calls Piccolo to the lookout, and when Piccolo arrives, he gives him a secret that apparently Mr. Popo has been hiding from everybody this entire time. And that is that he can fuse with other characters, and when he fuses with them, he amplifies their power hundreds of thousands of times, apparently. And so Piccolo is a little hesitant about fusing with Mr. Popo because it's Mr. Popo, but the Saiyans are coming and he's short on time, and you know, you're right, you don't know if Goku's gonna come back and be strong enough to take out the Saiyans. So he ends up fusing with Mr. Popo, and we get Mr. Pocolo, which is a fusion of Piccolo and Mr. Popo. And this character acts very similar to the way that Gogeta acts, very stern, very serious, and rarely cracking any jokes or any smiles. And I mean, Piccolo's a pretty serious character. Mr. Popo is kind of serious. I guess since we're going with the abridged version, that version is not entirely too serious.
I am the Eternal Dragon. Speak your wish and I shall... Oh, it is you, my master. Is it time to lay waste to this world?
Not yet. Give them a couple hundred years. See if they can clean this up.
So I don't know if throughout the manga series he's going to be throwing more jokes. So as this chapter continues, I'm getting heavy Captain Underpants vibes. Whoever doesn't know who Captain Underpants is essentially a school teacher that is hypnotized into becoming a superhero and inevitably ends up getting superpowers. It's a book series for children. I read it when I was a kid, and then the movie came out and I could show that to my children. But it's fun. It's all cheeky fun, and this is what it feels like. Very lighthearted humor, except until we get to when Mr. Pocolo is facing off against anybody, because when he's facing off against anybody, it feels very serious, and the artwork sort of changes, sort of like the way when Saitama gets serious, it changes and it gets darker, like his artwork gets darker. That's exactly what happens here. So he ends up fighting Nappa, and he is far stronger than Nappa, and he ends up injuring both of Nappa's legs in the process, and it's really funny, very gaggy stuff. And actually, this part of the manga, it feels like Dragon Ball Abridged. This is the true air of Dragon Ball Abridged, and the way they play around with power levels with the Scouter in this, it actually makes a lot of sense. It makes more sense than the series actually did, because we actually get certain numbers and we can kind of start gauging how powerful Mr. Pocolo is. So even with Vegeta exploding in strength and power and powering up, Mr. Pocolo seems rather unfazed. He doesn't really care about Vegeta's strength. And as the series goes on, you can see why. He's an extremely powerful character, and I'm only a few chapters in, and I don't really exactly know where his power is yet, but I know he's far more powerful. He's basically the Saitama character of early Dragon Ball Z. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, guys. I'm always here to read and discuss with you guys and have a discussion and a conversation. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.